4.43.
Talk to me. Yes.
4.43.
Yes.
He's you can't hit what you can't catch. What you
Okay.
mean? You can't hit what you can't catch. And in
That
this day of defensive and rush, they're looking for them rush ends that are really, really fast and they come at you. So, him being able to move a little bit is going to help him avoid some of that rush.
Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the Odd Coaches Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Keith Adams, and with me today is my tag team partner in honor of moms. He is the Cody Rhodes to my Dustin Rhodes, the icon, the showstopper, the main event, and the reason why we are here. Coach Mike Francis. And Coach, loved all the posts. SmackDown came to DC. Of course, Top Dollar and Hit Row, hottest thing going. We need some more TV time, but that's another story. And Mom's got to enjoy the show. So, one, how are you? And did she have a good time, sir?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. And yes, she enjoyed it. Mom, she displayed a little more than everybody thought far as her wrestling knowledge. Let's put
You
it that
don't
way.
need to be in no suit.
No, she knew everybody's name, their move, what they're gonna do. I was thoroughly impressed and definitely surprised and happy to hear her give us her spiel about Sami Zayn and the Usos and how they always cheating him, and she feel bad for Sami, and one day somebody gonna come and help Sami, and she yelling for her grandson to come out because the Usos is gonna hurt Sami, so she asking AJ to run out and help Sami.
I love it. And her diatribe on Cody Rhodes wearing
Yes,
suits
sir.
and not
Yeah, yeah,
wrestling
yeah. Yeah, what you
outfits.
doing out there in the suit? He don't need to be out here in no suit. Mama, stop.
All right. So on today's Top Shelf Tuesday edition, we're going to talk NFL Combine. We're going to talk about team moves. And in segment 3, Mike, we're going to talk about NFL player complaints. I'm actually looking forward to that. But let's talk about the Combine. So NFL draft prep. You got talent evaluation, you got chemistry, you got organizational fit, and you got the selection process. And quite frankly, I actually think the NFL gets it wrong in terms of the combine and just in general in terms of the talent prep and the evaluation. But in this segment, I want to talk about some of the guys that you might hear on day one. And I did add somebody, sir, so I'll do him first. Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson played at Florida, and he has referred to himself as Cam Jackson, which is a combination of Cam Newton and Lamar Jackson. And during the NFL quarterback workouts, Richardson looked every bit like Cam and Lamar Jackson. So he's 6'4", 244. He set combine records for a quarterback with a 40.5-inch vertical, a broad jump of 10 feet, 9 inches, and in his only attempt clocked off a 4.4340. And Mike, what does that have to do with playing quarterback? Talk to
4.43. 4.43.
Yes.
You can't hit what you can't catch. What you mean? You can't hit what you can't catch. And in this day of defensive and rush, they're looking for them rush ends that are really, really fast and they come at you. So, him being able to move a little bit is going to help him avoid some of that rush.
So based on your knowledge and experience, which far exceeds mine, you think his metrics based on the combine and his body of work at Florida, which where
pretty good, right?
Is first round caliber. You think Anthony Richardson's first round caliber talent?
First or second. First or second. I'd say first or second. Depending on my needs, it depends on where I'm at. I'm not putting him at the start of a program. I might bring him in and allow him to study under somebody, or I'm looking a couple of years down the road, then yes. But then I don't know if first round is maybe a little too high for someone I'm looking a couple of years down the road for. I'm looking first round, I'm looking for something who's gonna play now. Like I need play now.
This is a perfect segue. So we do have notes on Bryce Young. Okay. So Bryce Young officially measured at 5'10" and 1/8, weighs 204, which would make him the lightest first round quarterback since 2006. Young, who had been listed as 6 foot at Alabama, is the number 1 ranked player by Todd McShay and the 4th ranked player by Mel Kiper Jr. What are you thinking about Bryce Young, man?
I think he can get it done. I think he can. I think we got to stop looking at size. I don't remember well, maybe I wasn't paying attention to it if it was happening, but I don't remember everybody talking about Drew Brees' size or Brett Favre's size. I don't think Drew Brees was that big.
6 foot tall.
I don't think that Brett Favre was 6'2", 6'3". Like I know Frank Talkington wasn't. Like we keep going back. Let's go back in the time. Joe Montana. How big was Joe Montana?
Don't have 0.5 here, so
okay. But I'm just saying. I think sometimes we get caught in the. And there's been some schools that I always.
Joe Montana was 6'2", brother.
Listed.
Well, this guy was listed as 6 foot and he's 5'10", but you're telling me and our audience, because I'm not going to claim knowledge, that shouldn't bother him because Kyler Murray's a midget.
It could. Well, listen.
He's small too. He's small too.
Okay,
he
man.
is.
All right. I'm gonna be quiet now.
I'm not making it up. He's a short guy. All right. So
we're talking about the video master.
No, he's 5'10" too, man. He's 5'10" too. All right.
As long as he don't play video games, the kid should be all right.
Okay. Jordan Addison, wide receiver Jordan Addison. Mm-hmm. He played college football with Kenny Pickett from Pittsburgh. There are a lot of teams, Cincinnati, Philadelphia, who look to bring in wide receivers to pair with their former college quarterback. If you're Pittsburgh, are you eyeballing that type of reunion, or you're just doing your job? And if he's there, he's there, and if he's not, he's not. What do you think?
First of all, if he's good enough and he's available, I don't see why you wouldn't. Like his talent alone is going to be, his talent, but it also helps if if it helps that he played with the quarterback, then that's good. I don't know if that's a major part. It wouldn't be for me. I wouldn't say, oh, he played with Kenny Pickett, so let's go get him. First, I need to look at the measurables. Can he do the job? Like, ain't no nepotism here. Because if he ain't getting it done, no.
Well, it is Pittsburgh, though. Pittsburgh is known to have brothers and family members all over their roster.
Yeah, they do. They do. Yeah, they do.
So, all right, DJ Turner. Michigan cornerback DJ Turner put himself in a good spot at his combine workout. Ran a 4.26 40. Okay, he's a 2-year starter for the Wolverines. It is the fastest 40 time at the combo since 2003. He's a dominating defensive back for Michigan. Started 14 games. But he is ranked 155 among draft eligible players by Scouts Inc. Matt Miller, who is a draft analyst, ESPN, has him ranked as the 5th best cornerback on the board. What do you think, man? Does that give you pause? Does that say, hey, he's somebody that's day 1, day 2? Or is he a day 3, day 4 guy?
No, 155 ain't bad. You got 22 positions on the field that people can draft. So, 22 times 5, that puts him in a good position. That's a chance that he can get drafted in the first, 2 or 3 rounds. Just because he's fast don't mean anything. I'm worried about, can he stop and then accelerate? Can he play through different routes that guys might run? If I'm bringing him in, maybe special teams the first year, can he return punts? Things like that probably get him on the field early while he learns other things. Because I don't remember Michigan stopping nobody. You know, I'm just
Especially
saying.
when it mattered.
Was he hurt? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
just as pride, Mike. Just as pride.
Them combines, all that stuff looked good when everybody in tights and t-shirts.
All right, and fans, I was mistaken. The draft is 3 days. So day one is round one. Day two is rounds 2 and 3, and then day 3 is when they just blitz through
4, 5, 6,
4 through 7. So, all right, Will Levis.
Take 1 hour.
Will Levis, who we followed at Kentucky. Yeah, we did. That's kind of cool, Mike, that I know who this is. He didn't hesitate when he was asked why he's going to throw at the combine, because he's got a strong arm and he wants to show it off. And I think subtly, since nobody's trying to work out, he's trying to be the beautiful girl at the dance.
Yes, sir.
He said he could throw that thing 80 yards in the air. And he did play in the SEC. And among teams considering drafting him, according to media reports, Houston at number 2, Carolina at number 9, and the Colts at number 4. He said he had a good visit with the Panthers, and we'll see what happens with that. But, franchise, you've watched Kentucky play over the years.
Yes.
Do you think this guy's a day one, round one guy?
I think he can be a day one, round one. 6'3", 231. And like you said, he got a cannon. And if I got a cannon, he can put it on people. I think we watched some playoff games. There was a lot of, I ain't going to say names, but there was a lot of underthrown balls. It was. It was some underthrown balls. And if you got guys, say, for instance, out there running 4.3s, you got to be able to get the ball there. And you got to be able to throw that curl route. You got to throw that 12-yard out, and it's got to be on time for these defenders. I mean, these cornerbacks getting faster, so you got to be able to have a cannon to get it there. So I wish him luck. You know how I've, last 2 years specifically, Kentucky football, I pay very close attention. So
yes, you have. Yes, you have. All right, now we are going to close off with 2 people with some challenges. Stetson Bennett IV, age 47. From the University of Georgia. No, he's 26. He's 26.
Doing grown man things.
He addressed his challenging offseason, which included a January arrest in Dallas for public intoxication. He's a Heisman Trophy finalist, 2-time national champion. But hey, quite frankly, he's done some things to cause pause, and my partner doesn't like distraction. So is his skill set good enough that you're going to disregard these distractions?
Is he bringing his defensive line with him?
I do not believe they are coming.
Stetson Bennett. No, sir. No, sir.
So he's a day 3 guy to you.
If that, does Johnny Manziel, that name ring a bell?
I kind of think he's a little more talented than Johnny. Does he?
Oh,
Stetson Bennett. I'm asking.
Johnny Manziel was extremely talented, but all the BS that went along with it. I mean, not just him. The young man who just left Cleveland, not the current quarterback, but before him.
Yes.
A lot of it,
Baker Mayfield. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't do distractions. I tell the kids, I don't care if you can touch the ceiling. If you bringing me problems, you can't be in it.
Well, let's close out with Jalen Carter. Now, Jalen Carter is a baller. He can play. There's no doubt about it. Nobody's going to argue that he is a talented football player. But he has been charged with reckless driving and racing in connection with a crash that killed a teammate and a recruiting staff member. They issued an arrest warrant for him. He went, took care of that, came back to the combine. Many analysts believe he is the number 1 player available. It's a misdemeanor. At the end of the day,
a misdemeanor for killing somebody.
Again, I am using the thought process of a GM. He was charged with a crime. He's going to go through that process in Georgia. The charge he had, and let me make sure I get the charge correct. Again, he's been charged with reckless driving and racing. That's the charge he has. And in a statement posted, he said he's going to answer the misdemeanor charge against him and make certain that the complete and accurate truth is presented. Police investigators determined that alcohol impairment, racing, reckless driving, and speed were significant contributing factors in the crash that killed the young gentleman. They were going about 104 miles an hour before the crash. So, Mike, I'm asking, with that, take him off of your draft board, despite the talent.
Take him where?
Take Jalen Carter off your draft board.
I can't. I feel bad that he's done. Like, someone got hurt in this. I just can't. I can't bring that into my building.
Okay.
Regardless, I can't bring it into my building. I can't. Like, he's got too much. That's too much going on. And yeah, it might have been looked at as a misdemeanor, but I think it's too early to be even having that within my organization. I mean, I understand we look at other organizations and things that have happened and the way they deal with it. And there's some organizations who will take a chance on it. Let's be honest. There's some owners.
Somebody's going to pick him, Mike. He's not going to go undrafted.
Some owners don't give a you know what. And that shows you that they just don't care about a whole lot of things. But I couldn't bring him in. I'm sorry. I couldn't. Best wishes to the young man, but I just couldn't. You said it a minute ago. I don't do distractions. I can't, and that's major.
All right, so fans, when we get back, we're going to talk some NFL team moves. So we talked about some of the people being drafted. Now we're going to talk about what the teams are actually doing. We'll be right back on the Odd Coaches Podcast.
The reviews are in for Dr. Keith Adams' book, Finding the Balance, My Personal Journey to Academic and Athletic Success. College professor and student-athlete academic expert Dr. Lisa Rubin said, "There is nothing out there like this book, so I do hope people will pay attention and give it a read." Former George Mason standout Folarin Campbell said, "Consider this book an opportunity to work directly with Dr. Adams just like I did. I assure you that there will be something you can take away that will be useful to you throughout your personal journey." Ryan Waite, a recent college graduate who is a software engineer, said, "I like how the book is based on research, which makes it good for general students as well as student athletes." The book serves as both a memoir to Dr. Adams' 30-year academic and athletic career, as well as an instructional guide to assist student athletes, parents, coaches, teachers, and administrators navigate through the challenges of finding a better balance between academic and athletic success. The book includes over 15 personal stories and anecdotes from Dr. Adams, along with numerous former players and colleagues from a variety of sports and endeavors. You can order your copy at www.ckasaveproject.org. From the main page, simply click CKA Save Project Services and order the Find the Balance book. For more information, contact Dr. Keith Adams by email at cka@ckasaveproject.org.
Yo.
Welcome back to the Odd Coaches Podcast. This segment 2. We're going to talk about some NFL team moves. And again, fans, it is a treat because my partner is pretty doggone smart about these things. So let's talk about Las Vegas Raiders. Shout out to Chris. I hope you're well, man. But no, the Raiders are doing some strange stuff. So Las Vegas Raiders are planning to use the franchise tag on reigning NFL rushing champion Josh Jacobs for the 2023 season. The franchise tag for running backs will cost $10 million. That's it. For the best running backs, the average top 5 running backs. I can't believe it's $10 million. And the deadline to use the tag is Tuesday, day the show comes out. Jacobs good. He had a very good season. But Mike, running back's been kind of devalued. What do you think about using what do you think about using your franchise tag despite how good he is on a running back? What do you think, man?
That's not good at all, man. Not good at all. I mean, but it just the way they've treated the running back position over the years and what it's evolved to is it's almost like getting a guy off the street, unfortunately. And to be the reigning, to be honest, I didn't even know. He was the
The league leader.
I didn't even
on
know
the
until
team
I
we
saw.
make fun of every week.
Yeah, I didn't even know until I saw an article earlier this week. I was like, oh, damn. Like, I didn't even know.
All right, so we're gonna move on. Too much Raider stuff, but again, hope you're doing well, Chris. We will be talking soon, I'm sure. Green Bay Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst was non-committal about quarterback Brett Aaron Rodgers returning for the 2023 season. We want the best for the Green Bay Packers. We want what's best for Aaron, according to Gutekunst. So we'll get to that once those conversations happen. In other words, these conversations haven't happened yet. What are we waiting for?
Waiting for this dude to come out of hibernation.
Well, Rodgers went on a darkness retreat, originally scheduled to be 4 days last week to contemplate whether he wants to retire. If I'm not mistaken, Mike, it was $49 million on his contract this year. No one is walking away from $49 million. I don't care where you with the dark, to the light, to the sun, to the moon, to the stars, to the green clovers, to the blue diamonds, whatever in the Lucky Charms box you went to, no one. And we're going to throw this hot take out. He's playing this year, okay? No one in their right mind is giving up $49 million. I don't know where he's playing, and I don't know much. Well, I know nobody I know will give up $49 million. Mike, what are you thinking about Aaron Rodgers and the Packers? He's back for the darkness. Is he playing this year? Is he not?
I don't care. I don't care. I'm sick and tired of Aaron Rodgers, man. Like I stopped watching soap operas when I became like 14. I used to watch them for my mother while she was at work from 12 to 14 and then tell her what happened. That's what the hell this reminds me of. I'm tired of this. You ain't won nothing. What separates him? So
Trent Dilfer.
So exactly, it's my point. He won the same as Trent Dilfer. I tweeted about it before. He won the same amount as Doug Williams. He won the same amount. There's a lot of people that won one fucking Super Bowl. Excuse my French. So what? What? I don't care about all this. We got people, man, go stay in the darkness. Y'all gave this man. I told you 2 years ago when we started this podcast, I told you he holding people hostage. Don't nobody care about that, man. He's the ultimate prima donna. He's self-consuming, and I couldn't deal with it. Now he's very talented, but
he's 39. He's about to make
I ain't winning
$50 million, and I don't want to deal with it myself.
What year was it when they won the Super Bowl?
I couldn't even tell you.
And this
been last year.
But it's been this soap opera and story in every media outlet and every sports. They pick it up and they run with Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers. So what? There's a lot of guys who won the Super Bowl. The guy with the Rams won the Super Bowl.
Matthew
talking about him? You know what I mean?
We talk about Matthew Stafford. They're blowing that thing up.
Nobody worried about Matthew Stafford. He got the same amount of Super Bowl rings.
Correct. All right, let's talk Baltimore. Baltimore, baby. At the NFL Combine, Eric DeCosta was asked whether or not he has considered trading Lamar Jackson. And he said a few teams have made some, reached out to him, but he covers great players. He covers great quarterbacks. He loves Lamar. So
he covers him, but he don't pay him.
He ain't gonna pay him. So according to sources, Jackson wants a fully guaranteed deal like Deshaun Watson got. Mm-hmm. Ravens think that that's an outlier deal, and based on recent contracts, seems that it's an outlier deal. If the Ravens have to use the franchise tag on Jackson didn't. DeCosta didn't say if it was going to be the non-exclusive tag, which is worth $32 million next season, or the exclusive one, who's worth $45 million, which is still less than Aaron Rodgers. Under the non-exclusive tag, Jackson could sign an offer sheet with another team, but Baltimore has the right to match it or take 2 first-round picks as compensation. Under the exclusive tag, Ravens control Jackson's rights as well as any trade talks. The Ravens currently have $21 million in cap space, so they would have to create more room to fit Jackson's contract under the cap. So, Mike, would you do the non-exclusive, which is $32 million a year, and give him a chance if somebody wants it to match it or take 2 first-round picks or the exclusive one and control all aspects of it. What do you think, sir?
2 things. That's the part I don't like, to control all aspects of it. Like if you short that man and offer him $32 million, you don't really want him in the first place. And I don't like the fact that if I get a chance to offer, you ain't want me. You obviously ain't want me. It's that simple. Like, I don't think you should do that. And I don't think that 2 first-round picks should be, why should that be tied into someone's bad decision making not to sign their player back? So if I'm able to sign a kid, if I'm able as a GM or able as an owner to get a athlete, right, because you don't cover them or you don't respect them enough to pay him, why should I have to give you draft picks for your bad management?
It's the CBA.
I don't, but it's bad management is what it is. It ain't about a CBA. It's bad management. You don't want to pay the man. I see his value. I see him as valuable, but you want me to give you 2 picks to pay him $45 million. So for me,
well, the 2 picks would be for the 30, and then the $45 million would be in a draft. I mean, I'm sorry, in a trade that both teams, figure that piece out.
No, I don't need no.
Do you if you're the Ravens, do you even want the dude back?
They don't.
So
the fact that we going this far and they $100 million between each other, they don't want him back.
No.
$100 million. We ain't talking about 20 million, not even 10 million. There is no hometown discount for 100 million. Like, you're not even in the same planet. You're not on the same planet. That's Mars. 100 million. That ain't even, people talk about ballpark. That ain't even on the same planet.
No, man. All right. Well, we'll keep following that. And speaking of following quarterback drama in Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott, he had an inconsistent year, Mike. Is that safe to say? He was injured, missed some games, played well, played poorly. Sounds like a 4th-round draft pick, but that's not why we're talking about it.
That's cool,
the Dallas Cowboys haven't gotten to a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott and his 7 yes fans. Dak's been in the league 7 years. They haven't even made the NFC Championship game. Jerry Jones, though, thinks that Prescott can continue to get better just like Tom Brady did, quote, unquote. What are you thinking about Dallas and Dakota Prescott, sir?
And that is, yes, don't call him Dak. I will not call him Dak. His name is Dakota. I don't want to hear it. When he win a Super Bowl, I'll call him Dak, number 1. Number 2, that comment by Jerry Jones shows how out of touch he is. How in the hell you going to compare that Dakota to Tom Brady? Tom Brady, by his 3rd year, had a ring. Correct?
Yeah, I believe in the notes.
Possibly 2.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So how you going to compare? The only person you can compare Dakota to is Tony Romo. And there's only one thing constant in both situations. It's the owner. No, it's the owner and the GM of Dallas. It's the same person, and that's the only person you can compare him to. You can't do that, man. Stop it. He had an inconsistent season. The coaches he hired are yes men. If they kept the same game plan for when the backup was in to when Dakota came back, you would have saw a better team. It wasn't exactly the quarterback that made the difference. The scheme did. They would run heavy without Dakota.
And Mike McCarthy just said that this week that they need to run the ball more.
I don't like how he said it, but still, you don't that says
these guys not on the staff anymore. So
what? You were the head coach. You can't go tell him what to do. Then you a soft ass head coach. I've walked down the sideline plenty of times. We got the ball inside our own 10. I don't want to see the ball in the air on the ground.
All right. Finally, fans. Finally, fans. New York Giants. Shout out to Mike King. Mr. King. Daniel Jones may not be the top quarterback, but he's about to get paid, and he has stated to the Giants that he wants that franchise tag of $45 million. That's what he wants. He'd like to be back with the Giants. But he does not want the non-exclusive tag at 32. He thinks he's worth the franchise tag of 45. And Mike, so you'll know, and it's in the notes, only 5 quarterbacks currently average $45 million a year. Here's the list: Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, and Patrick Mahomes.
One Super Bowl win in the last 10 years. One Super Bowl win in the last
Mike,
10
if
years.
you're the Giants,
Come on, man.
you want them back, apparently. I'm sure you do. But at what level do you want them back? Or
I want
do
him
you
back.
want them back?
I do. Like, he's done more than Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, and Deshaun Watson at this point.
Is he 45 or 32?
Hey, man, the only person doing anything better than him is Patrick Mahomes. So he's
I ain't paying that boy
45.
45, man.
Why
I ain't
not?
paying that boy 45.
He got you in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Huh?
You know how I feel about quarterback, man.
Playoff
It's
apparel, season tickets, and all that. He made them 45. That's a drop in the bucket for what he made them already. Stop it.
We're gonna offer him 32, and we're gonna call Derek Carr, see if we'll pick up for 32. Who's gonna pick up for 32? Somebody gonna pick up for 32.
Then what happens when Derek Carr what happened when Derek Carr get hurt?
When did the Giants pick? I'm not paying that much money for Daniel Jones. I'm not paying Daniel. I'm not paying $45 million.
Why not?
Danny Dimes had 1.5 good seasons. It's overvalued and overrated, and that's how much I'm paying $32 million for a quarterback. Who wants my $32 million?
Did he have a better season? He went to the playoffs.
Yes, he did. All of that is true.
Green Bay go to the playoffs?
No.
Russell Wilson make the playoffs?
Hey, look, remember, Mike,
they
had the 29th or 30th hardest
Kyler
schedule.
Murray make the playoffs?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Now, you know me. You know my mind. Hold on.
Yes.
Let me show you.
Yes. But I'm not paying Daniel Jones $45 million. Not going to happen this year, next year, any other year. So while my partner gets ready to torpedo me, you're showing championship medals to the fans listening on a podcast. You're showing championship medals. And speaking of championships, we're going to tell organizations how not to run their organization when we get back, when we hear about player complaints on the iCoaches podcast. What are you, Kurt Angle?
I'm feeling a little Michael Phelpsy.
There is an old business adage that says, what gets measured and monitored gets done. It is also fact that deadlines spur action. That is what the CKA SAVE Project academic monitoring service can do for student athletes. Measure and monitor their academic progress to improve their grades. Our academic monitoring services provide ongoing academic support for student athletes for a designated period of time. Our academic success coaches work with student athletes on time management and organizational skills, along with improving their ability to self-advocate. Every few weeks, our academic success coaches meet with student athletes to assess their academic progress, as well as provide ongoing academic advising. If needed, student athletes have access to CKA Learning Specialists who provide virtual core subject academic support for student athletes. For more information, visit us on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org or schedule a free virtual consultation with Dr. Keith Adams by email at cka@ckasaveproject.org.
Feeling like Bill Russell.
Welcome back to the iCoaches podcast. Michael Phelps / Kurt Angle's got his medals on the screen. And in segment 3, NFL players made some surprising complaints in a recent NFL PA survey. And I'm big on surveys, Mike, especially getting player voice and all of that. So kudos to getting player voice. But CBS Sports, again, one of my favorite places to just look for story ideas, did a breakdown. So let's just go no particular order. So the Jacksonville Jaguars apparently have a rat problem. Sounds like the old RFK. According to the survey, the rat issue was the number one complaint for players. They said that there were rat infestation in the locker room and the laundry house.
Man, stop.
What are you doing?
Yo, we ain't got no pest control.
I got Terminex, and I'm nobody. Shout out to Terminex. See if you can give me, another 5% off, because I pay them monthly, and I'm doing okay.
We
They
got
do a good job, reasonable rates.
Yeah, we got a
monthly.
company come out, do the exterior and the interior too. Like, how you can't do that for $1 million stadium?
Jiminy crickets. All right. The Cardinals are cheapskates. Now, this made me laugh, man. Like every other team, the Arizona Cardinals will let you take food home from the practice facility. But unlike other teams, the Cardinals are charging their players to take food home in a payroll deduction. So, what in the? Come on, man. That's why you can't get free agents. You got to feed them. Even at Hood College, man. When I first got to Hood, we're playing in high school gyms. We're playing on military bases. But I'll tell you what, dining hall was on fire. Dining hall, we would feed you, and we would take care of you. And I just took 23 middle schoolers on a college visit there. Many of it was their first visit. Ask them about the library. Ask them about the buildings. Nothing. We found the ice cream machine. And that's what I'm talking about. So, and their lunch was only $6.50. Shout out to Hood College. Took care of us. Cardinals, we got to do better, man. They taking out payroll deductions for food, man. Only team in the league doing that.
Hey, man, you don't stay a billionaire by spending money.
All right, hold on, man. If players would like dinner, it will be boxed up for them, but players reported that the team will charge them via payroll deduction. They are the only club to do this. Oh, God. All right, we're going to move on. The Cincinnati Bengals need to fix their plumbing. The Bengals ranked as the 6th worst team overall. And one reason, because they can't get their plumbing right. Okay? The plumbing isn't working, and there's nowhere for players to charge their cell phones. According to the survey, players are having issues with showers and toilets not working.
In 2023.
And the lockers don't have outlets for charging devices.
That's sad.
Hey, Cincy, what are we doing, man?
So where's Joe Burrow smoking?
Ain't no ventilation. All right. The Washington Commanders hate everything about playing for the Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders finished dead last in the survey, and it's easy to see why. Players have no faith in Dan Snyder to upgrade the facility. They feel the training room is understaffed. Some players are forced to have a roommate at the team hotel the night before the game. Shout out to Tay Hill, my roommate from Hood College, assistant coach. Good luck in the postseason. Try to win that title. And they don't fly their players first class. Come on, man. What are you, the WNBA? And actually, we can say that.
Yeah, because it's true.
Players noted that there's a lack of warm water and poor drainage in the shower. Mike, help me out, man.
What you mean? I mean, you see the jersey on the wall. You see the jersey on the wall. So I've heard many of these stories already. Like,
you gotta have. Come on, man. I got a plumber, man. I got 2 of them that'll call you. One of them a little charger, a little more than the other. 3 people are laughing because I won't say names, but they know what I'm talking about. All right. The Colts might need a new chef. The Colts ranked 16th overall, but their quality of food was one spot where they were lacking, and the team gave their chef a D. Players dislike the food so much that they bring in their own food from home to eat at the facility. Bringing your lunch to work. Got that little cheese sandwich, like Bernie Mac said. Eat at their desk.
That's what happens. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like Green Bay, they used to have to bring in, like, they paid the family members to, like, fried chicken, and they fly in barbers because none of the barbers in that area cut black people hair. So man, I mean, that's what they This ain't new. This ain't
All
new.
right. The Ravens. Not only are they not willing to pay their quarterback, but the Ravens players voted their strength coaches as the worst in the NFL. Here's what the survey had to say. 30 of the 32 teams gave their strength coaches fairly positive reviews. Baltimore was one of 2 teams that said, nah, man, we don't feel like the strength staff helps us be more successful. And Wade, isn't their quarterback always injured?
Hello, check out the injuries in Baltimore.
All right, sir. 2 more. The Chiefs might need a new trainer. Well, we just found out where the other team was. The Chiefs training staff ranked worse in the NFL. Players' main issue with the training staff is that they feel discouraged from reporting their injuries. No wonder Patrick Mahomes only stayed in that tent like 10 seconds, limping around on the field. I can't tell him I'm hurt. I can't tell him.
It's a commercial break.
They do not feel that they get the level of personal care that they should, and they fear retribution for speaking up. That's not good, but they're the reigning Super Bowl champions. So,
and two out of the last, 3 or 4 years.
Okay, we're gonna let that go because we don't want to get sued either.
Yep.
Finally, fans, the Chargers. Their players would like some amenities and a little bit more space. The Chargers have one of 2 teams that doesn't have a sauna or steam room. The Texans are the other one.
Whoa. Skip. Keep going. We ain't talking about that. Go ahead, man. Stop.
I won't even go in there.
Stop.
Hey,
Go, man. Go.
Also, the cafeteria to the locker rooms and the weight room. Players feel everything's too small. The Chargers are currently running the team out of a converted office building. I can't write this stuff, man, which seems to be the root of most issues. Fortunately, they're going to get a new a new practice facility in 2024 at the cost of $270 million. So
they don't have a sauna or a steam room, but they got masseuse on staff.
No, this is the Chargers, man. This is the Chargers.
Oh, my fault. It says the Texans are the other ones.
I know it does, because in parentheses, Texans are the other ones that don't have some of these amenities. But that's when you ran backwards, and I'll let you. It's okay, because I don't want to go there either.
Okay, let's go.
All right, so fans,
backpedal.
Any final thoughts, Mike, before we run away and not have another lost episode?
Yeah, we had too many lost episodes already. Yeah, it's just sad to see. But again, it goes into how we talk about some of these people. These owners don't really care about the players. They only care about the bottom line. And they have a right to do so as business people. I mean, you do what you want with your business or with your company. But I would hope that, through all these contract negotiations and all these things we're trying to do and all the money they're trying to make, that they actually worry about the product and the people that's on the field. We hear all the time, like from the book going back, $1 Million Slaves. We hear all the time the mistreatment of these owners. We had the owner who got fired with the Clippers. We have all kinds of situations that's bad. So I just hope that, and wonder why the NFLPA hasn't done more for this. Why? What have you done? Why am I paying you dues? Why am I paying membership if you're not looking out for me? Yeah. I'm getting charged for my food.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
And I wrote about it in terms of the college athletes in my book, but there has to be an investment in people. We're still, no matter what, in the people business. Mm-hmm. And when you treat people well, when you make them feel important and valued, you're going to get more bang for your buck. You're going to get those type of reviews, and people will even work for less if these other things are taken care of. Amen. That's the hometown discount that we joke about. But if you take care of the need, take care of the family, take care of leave, take care of having nice chairs. I didn't say go have a lazy river like Clemson, but take care of some of the basic things, and you're gonna have a happier player and a more motivated player, and you're gonna get just better results, I think, if you just invest in the people part of this. And a lot of this seems to be looking at a number where, yes, for a quarterback, I'm not paying more than this. But if you're a part of our organization, we want you to feel valued, respected, and taken care of. So with that being said, on behalf of my tag team partner, Coach Mike Francis, I'm Dr. Keith Adams saying thank you for listening and or watching the Odd Coaches podcast. And we will see you on the sidelines. Till next time, take care and get rid of them rats, Jacksonville. Call Terminex.
The Odd Coaches podcast is sponsored by the CKA Save Project. The CKA Save Project is an industry leader in providing student-athlete academic and athletic support. From assessing student-athletes' academic and athletic skills, to measuring and monitoring student-athlete academic progress, to improving student-athlete time management and organizational skills, the CKA Save Project provides wraparound services for student-athletes from middle school through college. For more information, visit us on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org or schedule a free consultation with Dr. Keith Adams by emailing cka@ckasaveproject.org. We hope you enjoyed today's show. The Odd Coaches podcast drops new episodes every Tuesday through Friday on most weeks. Make sure you subscribe to the Odd Coaches podcast on Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Spotify, and YouTube. Follow the Odd Coaches podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Odd Coaches. Follow Dr. Adams on Twitter and Instagram at CKA Save Project. In addition, follow Coach Mike Francis on Twitter and Instagram at Coach Franchise, spelled Coach Franchize. For more information about the CKA Save Project, please visit them on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org. See you next time on the Odd Coaches Podcast.